And to be honest with you, I actually might take puts here for Apple, even though I'm open on Robinhood. All right, I'm gonna take a start on Apple puts. 242.5 puts this week. I have a limit 1.8 for my first order. Just got filled. And then my stop would just be above the 5-minute. And like I said, I'm targeting this fair value gap, so like at least another 70-cent move down. We'll put it in chat. Yeah, 242.5 for puts, by the way. This is for a quick scalp, right? As soon as this fair value gap hits, so below 243, I'll get out. I'm currently up 4%, 6%. So as soon as this breaks here, the low of this, which is 242.97, I'll scale it probably half. My entry is 1.8. I didn't get the best entry. I think it was like around 1.75 a few seconds after. Yeah, 1.75 is great. 1.88, how do you get that? 1.83? I don't have the option chain open, by the way, just so like my laptop doesn't lag. But as soon as we break that level I just mentioned, I would scale a half, maybe leave a few runners. So I don't have any limit order set. I'll just mark it out half. Yeah, I'll try to focus on like 3, maybe 2, 3 calls a day. So don't go all in each one. Do like, a small percentage of your portfolio. Yeah, London, it's fine to still be bullish, man, but these are short-term swings. Trades, I mean. I get that. We're all bullish in Apple. But based on this 15-minute candle, I still see us going down here. I'm going to add a little bit more, 1.75, if he goes there. I got filled 1.8 for my first entry. It's still currently on my entry. I didn't get filled, so I'm just going to cancel it. Just leave my first order running. My price target is this in this fair value gap. So as soon as we enter this fair value gap, I'll close half. Below 243. But if you guys remember what I said earlier, on a daily, you also have this fair value gap that we didn't hit. Not saying it has to hit today, but it's a potential. So I wouldn't be surprised if you actually target the low of day. Also, look how this 30-minute candle closed. That's pretty bad. But halfway is a good exit. Yeah, I know. Streaming, answering questions, and typing out the alerts is very difficult. I may eventually have a moderator or an admin try to do it with me, but I don't want to bug anyone. But I can't. Oh, here. I just don't. I can't call out everything in the 1K challenge channel, where my stop is, what I'm watching, and all that. Because I'm also trading on my phone too, so I'm looking down. I have to get my orders ready. All right, as soon as I hit 243, sorry, 242.97, I'm selling half of my calls, my puts. Yeah, you should see how many people get mad at me on Reddit or after they're like, why aren't you posting on there? I'm like, I ain't typing all of that on every single platform. Yeah, I'm leaving the other half as runners, and then I'll probably have a mental stop at break even. No, I'll keep looking. I'm gonna try to aim for 2 to 3 trades a day, and that way, like, it'll kind of force me not to like take big positions. I'll put an alert for you guys. As soon as you hear the ding, you can mark it out half. Out at 2.02. Kind of a bit early, but that's good. All right, let's maybe pay attention to the sell, then I'll go back to looking at questions. All right, hit 0.98, missed it by 1 penny. There's the alert. I'm putting a sell at 2.1. Damn, I missed my 2.1, but I saw on the between ask. I'll just get off at 2 then. Should have just marked it out. Damn, you guys all got better fills than me. I should have marked it out. I put a limit, 2.1. Got a little bit greedy. Guys, you're getting better entries and exits than me. Good job. All right, I got filled half at 2, leaving the rest as runners. My stop will probably be just above this wick on the 15-minute, which should be about break even. I'll have a mental stop. If you guys want like to fully get out, we can just look at other trades though. What do you guys think? Should we fully get out? Just look at other trades? Or leave these? You guys are fully out? Okay, I'll sell everything. All right, I close the rest. Let me just type in the chat.
We see a potential breakout on crude charts. It breaks this range here for me. It just came out, the news came out lower than expected. If anyone is trading crude futures, the balance of inventories came lower than expected, and it's been ranging the whole day after a big move down. I could expect a breakthrough up to the upside here on crude. If it breaks the range it's been created.
How many people trade futures here? What's the percentage you guys got? 20%. That's good. I mean, that's good for a short-term position. We also like basically sniped that entry, so we had like barely any drawdown. The scale was 249. Yeah, it was a top of this fair value gap. So for fair value gaps, what I like to do when entering or exit, first exit can be at the absolute tip of it, which was actually 242.97. Then the second exit could be halfway, and the third one could be at the bottom of it. But we sometimes never get to 50% or the bottom. So that's why it's a good idea to take at least half at the tip of it, and then leave runners. But honestly, I still think this may head to the low. If this 5-minute closes below this will be an inversion, and this will be bearish. So whoever is holding, target the low. Yeah, I mean, I exited fully just because London said, man, what am I doing? Piper just made you $100 in Crude, bro. What? That was like 30 seconds ago.
I can't follow the
chat.
The chat and the screens and everything.
Yeah, I know it is difficult. Same with me. And I'm trading on my phone too. For the next challenge, I'm gonna start streaming Robinhood Legend, but I haven't tried it out yet. Oh, well, how do you write Apple calls? There's no confirmation yet. Also, this 15-minute, if it closes like this, which we got 4 minutes, looks pretty bad. I think the only, like for me, the only long play on Apple was as soon as we close above it. and that would have been a good quick trade, and now we reversed.
Was making money on crude. That's great.
Yeah, but London, do you see why I was marking this? Just gotta be patient, man. Mainly 15-minute, 5-minute fair value gap. Sometimes the 1 minute, depending how clear the sweep is. Yeah, I sold half at 2, no worries. And then I sold the other half at 2.05. I literally wanted to hold half for the bottom, but whatever. Gains are gains. No, I didn't get the write up. I wasn't watching Apple when this happened. And Apple now is closing below. Anyone still holding this? Like at least percentage? Good shit. Try to target the lows and have like a mental stop at like 10% profits. I joke when I like blame others. It's everything. Any position I take or you guys take is 100% on yourself. Don't blame others.
Nice.
All right. If anyone's still holding Apple, I would actually close another portion at 242.07 and then hold the rest as runners. If you're still holding Apple, get ready to close some more. Just because of the 15-minute open right here. All right. I would close a lot more here. Damn. We missed out a lot, huh? All right. I'm not going to watch Apple anymore. The trade is done for me. What's next? You trade Spire at all? Yeah, I do. I don't know why recently I haven't been trading as much. Also, the issue with SPY and QQQ is myself and a lot of traders are tempted to do 0 DTE. So I kind of want to focus on stuff that expire on Friday. So it gives people less risk. Not saying that weeklies aren't risky, but they're a little bit better than 0 DTE. Yeah. Also, I have this in a disclaimer in like the pinned message on the 1K channel. You're free to choose any strike or expiry. If you think my risk is too high or too small, you can change it up. Yeah, the longer you have time for the expiry, the less it decays, or the slower it decays. Like stuff, anything with 0 DTE, you'll notice after lunch, it just dies. It decays so fast. Price can slowly be moving up, but the option price itself would either be the same or slowly decaying. All right, next trade. I have about 11K capital left, so I'll look for 1 or 2 more trades. When does the Amazon live at end? Anybody watching it? Ah, there's too many chats. Okay. Thoughts on Google? I traded it twice on a challenge account, and the second time we traded it, it wasn't liquid enough for us to get in. I think the option chain is not good for scalps. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid Google. Yeah, I mean, I usually do stream my futures trades. 3 weeks ago, though, like they were moving my account to live, so like a whole week I could have traded, and then I was in Vegas pretty much all of last week, and now I made a withdrawal, so I can't trade until the withdrawal's taken out. Ever played poker in Vegas? No. I can gamble in the stock market. More profitable. Yeah, I reckon if you're talking about Apple puts, next time, like as soon as I call something out, just do a very small position. Just mark it in. Actually, I don't remember if I marked it in, but do like an entry, maybe like 1 or 2 contracts, mark it in, then have a few more a bit above. So that way you don't like at least miss on the trade. One minute close above EMA and Apple out completely. Actually, Apple to me is still bearish. We have an H pattern forming, and this 5-minute inverted I technically would actually rebuy puts here. I'm still going to target the low. If you're still holding out there, it's good. We targeting Amazon puts for fair value gap? Did I mark any out? Oh, here? Yeah, this is like the news that's happening, or the event that's happening right now. I asked earlier if it was done. I don't know if I got an answer. This challenge may... I don't think it'll be done this week because they lost yesterday. I may keep going till next week. We'll see. And yeah, I'll restart. All the money I make from this account, I'll just move it to my long term, and then I'll restart with 1,000. Apple spoke about... I mean, Trump spoke about Apple? Interesting. Was that the news London was talking about?
Trump, I think, is speaking now. Started speaking Elizabeth.
Okay.
Before. Supposed to speak at 11. So 10 minutes.
Alright, sounds good.
Right.
If I restart the challenge, 1K to 100K is quite extreme, but possibly. If I do up to 100K, it'll probably take a whole year. Because after 25K, I'll be a lot more cautious. Like when I first started, I was fully comfortable full porting until it hit 5K. Then I kind of slow down. But like after 25K, I won't be full porting. It's just way too risky. Unless I'm doing something like this 2-3 weeks out expiry. Oh, Dice, what did you post? Oh, I like your chart colors though. Dude, my monitor is too small. I can't see that. Is that Microsoft? I don't think I've traded Microsoft yet. I think the options are too expensive and people told me to look for something cheaper. Oh, let me see. What do you have marked out here? So the issue with this fair value gap is we also have another one below it. I wouldn't mark this out. There's two fair value gaps too close to each other. This 30-minute one is good. I do also like this at 5-minute. This could be potential long here. As soon as I enter this, that could be a long. Probably sweep on this 5-minute. Can you check? Can you care? I'm still liking King Kukira. I just think it will target yesterday's high. But Trump is speaking 5 minutes, so I may not take anything next like 20 minutes. Yeah, I know it populates all at the same time. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Tesla? I'm actually low-key kind of liking Tesla here on the daily. We're sweeping yesterday and we're wicking above it. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tesla like 2-3 points higher. Although 1 minute you got this little sweep right here. And it retested. This could still be a potential long play. I'm not taking this though, I'll be chasing, but I'll probably target this 5-minute high if you were to take this. SMCI. SMCI, it looks like it didn't sweep that high there. But SMCI actually doesn't look too bad. But since Kazima called it out, I'm not going to take a trade. Yeah, Sasquatch may have called it first, but you ruined it for him. It was good then. Sorry, I just zoned out. What do we say about QQQ? Yeah, I mean, Trump, I mean, supposedly Trump is speaking 1 minute, so probably just gonna watch for the next 10 to 15 minutes and just chat with you guys. Any entry I take next 30 minutes will be very small. You know what, Kazimo? I'm glad for that, man. Hope you miss out on another trade. I'm joking. Is there a link to Trump's like speech? I haven't been really paying attention to news lately. Wait, Parker, did it automatically like kick you out of the server? Because I did set the phone verification thing this morning. I'm curious to see what happened on your guys' end. Yeah, I think if you were pre-verified, nothing would have happened. But I activated it because like the amount of like bots and scam people have been getting, it's just wild, and everyone thinks it's me. It's like, dude, why would I be DMing you during the stream? I barely have time to like respond to chats. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, they're not even in the server. All right, cool. Well, hopefully the phone verification gets rid of them, because I've been like wasting an hour like every day of my life trying to deal with them. It's annoying. Yeah, Pistachio. I mean, there's some new people in here that have never used Discord, and I'll feel bad if like they get scammed from a person that's has the same username as me. I'll never message you guys first, all right? So if you get a scam from, I mean, a message from me or an admins, it's not us. Unfortunately, I have to say that out multiple times. All right, QQQ and SPY, like I said earlier, as soon as we close above this line, we're pretty bullish. I'm still liking Qs for higher. I think we'll target another dollar higher. We didn't get any clear fair value gaps here though, so I wouldn't be chasing, but I wouldn't be surprised if we keep going. Would it make sense to trade SPY if you go for a QQQ? Sometimes they correlate, they move simultaneously, but not always. Oh, I see. All right, in that case, I guess we can focus on SPY. I mean, SPY, same thing on the hourly. Oh, Apple hasn't moved since there. If anyone is still holding Apple, I would just I'll have a mental stop above this fair value gap. If we close above this, just get out. And that should still be like, I think at least 10% profits from where we entered. Was that fundamental just F&G retest? Was the fundamental? What do you mean? The stream's been recorded. I don't want to repeat myself too many times, so I'll put it later on YouTube. Yeah, I just don't want to bore people that are currently in the call. I just said QQQ may go higher, and you're going to gamble on puts. Oh, you're betting on his speech? That's fair. Yeah, technicals, I think we're going to go higher, but no idea what he's going to say. If you guys take any positions, just make sure it's a very small size. Yeah, that's true. Technicals don't matter when he speaks. I mean, same thing with like Tesla too. Like me personally, like Tesla, this is actually a good entry. Anything that can move easily with Elon's tweets, like PayPal and Tesla, it's kind of difficult to trade sometimes. But I still do like Tesla here. Yeah, Big BM, I kind of want to take this trade. but the calls are pretty expensive. And I don't think a lot of people can afford them. They're like $800 a piece for that 300 calls. Let me check the options underlying. So the current price of the option is $8 right now. And if you do go back here, probably like 10.50. So that would be like a 20% move for one contract. Yeah, that's fair. Apple calls? No, I'm still bearish on this. I am bearish on Apple until it closes above this fair value gap. We bought puts earlier and some people might still be holding. I wouldn't touch Apple calls here. There's no like good confirmation. QQQ just broke yesterday's high. Yeah, J, that's what I was looking at. But I don't think I'm gonna take it. But I was looking at the calls and they're at $8 right here. If it does go to 3 or 4, it'll be like about 20% move. You're about to get out of Apple? You're still holding it? Nice. I personally think we still hit the low. You might get another like 10-15%, but do whatever you want. These 15-minute candles have all been bearish so far. I think either yesterday on stream or the day before that, I mentioned I kind of don't like trading stocks with like huge gaps like this. It's kind of difficult to analyze, especially with the way I trade. If I ever trade anything like this, it will be like 1 or 2 cons. I wouldn't risk more than a couple thousand. Same thing like PLTR. These gaps are just, I don't know, they're wild. Also, I can see what's being converted here. Yeah, so I like to look at the mentions in this trade, the ones that I'm familiar with. So like SPY, like Tesla, Apple, AMD, Amazon. Like ASTS, I never heard of it, even though it's being mentioned today. Can you look at QQQ? I was just looking at it. QQQ, I'm still bullish till we break like 519.7. We are at yesterday's high. I think I called it out in the morning too, but I don't trade first 30 minutes. Way overbought? Why is it way overbought? I don't think it's way overbought. What time frame looking on the RSI? This looks like a clean breakout to me. Don't ever short anything that's running up. Always wait for confirmation first. Buying puts here is extremely bad. Even if it works out, it's not a good trade in my opinion. Because what's gonna happen eventually, you're gonna enter one contract, you're gonna keep adding, and eventually like your entry's gonna be so bad. Wait for confirmation first. One minute? RSI in 1 minute? I would never trade that. Yeah, Nvidia has had a massive bounce. Yeah, like Nvidia may slow down here, but no confirmation yet to short, in my opinion. Also, the daily, I don't see any clear liquidity sweeps yet. Let's see in the 4-hour. We've taken this one, but we went way above it. So the next one for me will be like right here on the 4-hour. And that kind of marks the hourly one too. We did also have this one, I guess. So we did take out this liquidity on Nvidia on the hourly time frame. All we do after liquidity though is you would wait for a market structure shift, and then you can like scale into puts. But we haven't had that yet on any time frame. No, I wouldn't short this just yet. This could just sweep this thing right here. Just 1 minute away, I could keep going. Oh, I am at the chart because it helps me sometimes. Sometimes if I don't have a direction for whatever reason, like I can't see if this is bullish or bias, bullish or bearish, inverting it just might help me mentally. There's that little wick on the 1 minute. This could be like a quick sweep in reverse. But I didn't see any clear structure for me to short this. Yeah, if you're still holding Apple puts, good job. I think realistically, just for myself and for you guys, I'll start enforcing like scale outs. That'll just be better practice for myself. Because I think once you get older, it's difficult to build habits or to like at least change them. And I've always like fully closed or closed a good portion as soon as it touches, but we missed out on a good portion of gains. So for whoever's young, it may be easier for them to develop these habits, but not for me. It's difficult. I'm still not sure about video puts, but this 5 minute candles looking bearish so far. 30s? No, I'm actually younger than that, but I feel fucking old, bro. I mean, I could take a look at Google, but I'm not trading anymore. Let me look the options just one sec. Yeah, if you take a look on Google, the spreads are too big. I'm personally staying away from it. But I can still analyze it for you guys. I think last time we traded this, I had a 5K position for whatever we were looking at, and it took an hour to get filled. It was ridiculous. But on Google, I do like how we kind of fill this gap. This could be potential support. Actually, let me show you guys something too. Looking at volume is also a very good indicator on where support and resistance is. So other than like technicals, you can look at volume too. And here we have some massive support. So this would be a good entry for a swing. And then next resistance technically would be this area. But this would be for swing on, so not a day trade. This could take days or a week or two to play out. And then if you look at this line, this is where most volume took place from basically November all the way to March. So if we ever go back to like 193.5, that'll be like a major resistance area. But for now, we are a good support. For a day trade too, would not be bad. I like this 15-minute. We tech and close above, but very slightly. This may be a little bit difficult actually, because we didn't really create any fair value gaps any time frame. So personally, I wouldn't day trade this, but if you're swinging this or putting it long term, it's not a bad place. But I wouldn't take a day trade on this. Video fully filled fair value gap 5 minute. I said this earlier, but there's two fair value gaps. I usually don't mark it out. It's not a clean one for me. JPM. Is JPM liquid? Let me see the option. JPM also has a pretty big spread on options. I wouldn't trade this. But on a daily and 4 hour, it was not bad. But I would wait for this 4 hour to close above the previous one. To me, to be bullish. And this hourly does have a fair value gap that we can come back into, retest. So if this holds, I would wait for us to break this to be bullish. Like a small entry here. But the option is not liquid enough for me to take. I'd still be bullish as long as you hold above this fair value gap. 15 minutes is pretty good. But if we start breaking this wick and nearing the bottom of this, I'll put a mental stop here. But this is still looking fine for me. QQQ now. Nothing's really happening. There's still no clear imbalance formed. Is Trump still speaking? I'm looking at Thinkorswim to look at the options. But I'm using my phone because I don't want to open on my laptop. Just people waffling? Okay. So for me to be bearish on QQQ, I would want to see this 15-minute candle close below. But anything above, I still think we're going to see higher. It's all about just waiting on the candle closures. I think Amazon may probably take some stops here. Then we'll see what happens afterwards. No, I'm still here. Actually, NVIDIA is probably starting to look bearish here, but this would be chasing. I didn't see anything clear though. Are we closing below a bullish for available? I don't get you. No, not yet. Yeah, so if you ever have a bullish fair value gap and it comes and closes below, it'll be an inverted fair value gap and it'll change the direction of the bias. So for AMD, for example, for yesterday, once this 5-minute closed, it became an inversion and it was bearish afterwards. What's the protocol for close inside? Nothing. It just depends on what your bias is. Inside is fine. If you're, I mean, I'll go back to the AMD example. So yesterday when I marked this out, all this closure is fine to me until we get a closure below. So this is all valid until you get this closure below. Oh damn, Apple rocketed there. Let's see how this 5-minute and 15-minute close. And I'll keep watching Apple. Tesla, nothing really happened. My bias is still bullish. My bias is bullish. Anything above like 297. But I would also like to see this 30-minute close above. If this 30-minute candle closes below this previous one, this would probably be clear resistance right here. So the volume here is extremely thin for whatever reason. If we close above like 301, we should easily go to like at least 304 in my opinion. Very low volume here from this imbalance. And then you don't see the next high resistance till like 304, which is actually where I marked it out. And here's a fair value gap. But I'm still bullish on Tesla. But this 30-minute has to close above, in my opinion. And we got 25 minutes for that. Apple? Apple, I said I'm going to be watching. Oh, I see. If Apple closes above this, it's pretty bullish. I think my only concern is just that hourly candle. But knowing Apple sometimes doesn't matter. Just like yesterday. Golfed it. I'd still be cautious on Apple, and I would wait for confirmation first. Tesla moving? Yeah. So I'll put this for the volume back again. If you look at this line, this was the most volume we had throughout the day at 299.5. And now this 30-minute is above the previous candle. So as long as we close above 300.65, this would probably go to that target I mentioned earlier. SVC, no, don't buy more puts. That puts play, I think, has second place right in Apple. And I already said too, if you're still holding Apple and this 5-minute candle closes above, this is where your mental stop would be. And I think break even would be right about here. So if this 5-minute candle closes and you're still holding puts, get out. Don't add more. For Apple, like, I'm gonna look at price action. This may be a calls play next. Did someone said something about Trump speaking about Apple? Was that a joke or is that actually happening? Oh, it already happened? Okay. All right. All right. So no, if you're still holding Apple, I would fully close out. Um, I'm kind of leaning towards bullish. This hourly is just pushing me away. Because generally speaking, the next hour usually only goes up to the previous open. But I think with Apple, that doesn't happen sometimes. So this could still engulf and go to the swing high. And the issue is I feel like I'd be chasing now if I get into calls. I'll give this 5 minutes and then I'll see what the price action says. For Tesla, I'm looking above 304. That's where the next resistance of volume's at. And that's above the fair value gap I marked. But I wouldn't be chasing this if you're not in calls already. Either entering this personally. You're up 50%, nice. Yeah, I would just pull like maybe like mental stop at 5% profits. If it goes, near your entry, I'll just get out. Because this should keep going now. The volume here is pretty low. We shouldn't go back to retest this. I may be bearish in Amazon actually. Usually for us to move up, I always like to see at least a small sweep, and we didn't get that here. Is the Amazon event done? I think I made like honey ginger. I just make whatever I have, just for my throat. Now we'll see how Amazon closes above here. I'll come back to it. Trump's speaking right now, really? 50 minutes later? He just started? They finished a prayer a few minutes ago. What prayer? Is Trump praying? Alright, I see. Realistically, I probably should have entered Apple calls here. But I don't want to chase this. I do like this 15-minute closure. The only issue, like I mentioned earlier, is that hourly. Where we almost tested that open. That was the only thing holding me back. I want to see how this hourly closes first. Then I'll make a decision on Apple. Alright, Apple, I'm ready for the hourly close. I'll look back into it. So remind me at 12 if I forget. Tesla's still looking good. What else were we looking at, Grimes? I think for future reference for the streams, we should probably only focus on a few tickers during the morning. Because I do see 2 trades during QQQ that I would have probably taken. So maybe we can always watch like QQQ and SPY, then have like 2, 3 other tickers on the side. So I'll start developing a watch list in the morning. Yeah, I have an extra monitor, but I can't hook it up to my laptop yet. I'm waiting for my PC. I am serious, bro, because anything happens with Trump, a lot of policies are being changed. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. No, I don't follow politics. 315 calls. Jesus, what's your expiry? Why so far out? not enough capital, don't trade it then. Just find something else. That's an awful strike. Also, like, technicals are still good for Tesla, but if they're speaking right now, I'll be staying out of this. Wait, happily. You got 5 more minutes for this hourly. Apple, I'm very hesitant with. Even if this hourly closes here, which is ends of 4 minutes, I would be surprised to see us retest like back down here or even the low of that candle. I don't like the hourly. Unless we get a massive push in the next like 3 minutes. But if we close below, I'll be cautious. Basically, like same thing I said earlier with the 15-minute candle. I was cautious here until we reached here, and then we started swinging back down. So I'm not bullish or bearish as of yet, but QQQ might be bearish. This might be a market structure shift here. If this 5-minute closes like this, if you close below right here, there's still a minute left for this 5-minute. I funded an account on XFA, prop firms. Yeah, definitely take it slow until it build cushion, because they only allow you to lose a certain amount, so it's extremely difficult when you first get the account. But once you build cushion, you can start increasing your risk. So if you buy a 50K account, you're only allowed to lose $2,000 a max, which is that's very close to your starting entry, capital. So maybe like the first week or two, try to build up like 2, 3K, and then slowly increase your risk. Then once like you're at 5K, you can increase again. Once you're at 10K, increase it. But the first week or two after you get funded is very difficult, and I'll take it extremely slow. These are just for prop firms. Majority of them offer 50K accounts. Trade day, top step, buy funded futures. All right, QQQ closed below. We also just farmed this fair value up in the 5-minute. Take a quick look at Apple real quick. Apple closed below again. The hourly looks like the 15-minute happened in the morning. So we may go like to the open of this 15-minute and reverse again. Basically, we did a 15-minute, but on the hourly now. So actually, let me set an alert here, and I'll go back to Apple, see what happens. But yeah, market buying as soon as we closed above would have been good for calls. But we missed out on that. SPY. I actually like SPY. Double bottom right here. I think I would probably take call SPYs here. Sorry, calls on SPY. But if Trump and Elon are still speaking, they're still on. I may just do like 1 or 2 contracts. Like risk free a little. Let me look at the options. Yeah, I'm still liking SPY. I would have preferred this 5-minute to like at least sweep this low, but it double bottomed. I think that's fine. We should see the high. For strikes, basically anything above either in the money 598 all the way to 600, but 600 is a little bit risky. I'll do 598 or 599. I'm also doing small positions. It's only 10 contracts. It's like $1,200. But I didn't get filled. Yeah, 0 DTE. It's a small position. Not filled yet. Don't market into this. I just said what the strike price is. I'm doing 599, sorry. But do anything in the money all the way up to 600. Because I do believe, or at least I think, we're going to target the high. What's the price you got in? Yeah, I have limit 1.25. It was like 1.29 was buy then get filled. Hey, you could buy now. I just don't like chasing. I like to get the best entries. It's at 1.32 right now. If I don't get filled, I don't get filled. 599 calls for SPY. 0 DTE. Small position. Do you suggest us to buy? Yeah, I mean, I said I was putting a limit order in. I gotta learn Apple, by the way. I hit the line ahead. But I'll focus on SPY for now. Yeah, I think it failed, so I missed out. But if you got in 1.3 or 1.35, you should be up like 15% already. You guys are up 15%? We're only up 5%? What strike did you get? So when it hits 599, up to you. You can scale out depending on how many contracts you have. But I do think we're going for the high based on technicals. But I'd be cautious if on jumper still speaking. Have you ever forgot to close a limit order? No, never happened to me. Actually, it's happened to my prop firms a couple times, but it's because the API was lagging. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So starting this year, I was actually using Top Step, My Funded Futures, and Trade Day. Currently, I'm only using Top Step. Trade Day, I just liquidated my account because it was too much to focus on when I started trading options. So I think I started streaming like 3 weeks ago. I closed that account out. My Funded Futures, they're still really good, but I closed my accounts as well because they wouldn't affiliate me. So I got salty. Yeah, so at 599, you can scale some more. If you're up 20%, just maybe sell half, but I still think we're going to see the high. I like this move down before I move up. Why do QQQ puts depending how it reacts to 0.4 again? What do you mean 0.4? Sold half my stack? How many contracts did you have? I didn't get filled, by the way, so I didn't take this trade. 10? Nice. Re-enter? No, I'm personally not. As long as this 5-minute like closes, I think we're fine as long as we hold above like 5.9, 8.25. Yeah, pistachio, I'm very iffy too with them speaking. But that's why this would have been a small position for me. I was only risking like, or I was only taking a $1,200 size. Why do you have to full par? What's the reason for that? Do you have margin? You guys keep saying he's talking on finally for like the past hour. Who is? Yeah, you guys been saying that for the past hour, no? If you're in this, just be cautious about them speaking. Yeah, I mean, I still would have liked this trade, especially if this 15-minute candle closes above. Also up to Apple. Grain card plus? Actually, my dad was mentioning a gold card earlier. He's doing green card plus now. Is it going to be subscription based? Yeah, I heard it was going to be 5 million. Is a gold card the same as green card plus? I don't know. I mean, I heard that's actually good news. So if you're holding on to these SPY calls, I would like honestly, I would just scale out a little bit of the high and then target. I have no idea what the news. A SPY unavailable? Why would it be unavailable? Oh, yeah, you can scale out, but I would still target the highs. Oh, yeah, someone did mention those are not available in the UK, so they do SPX instead for SPY. Yeah, this 15-minute closed above, so this is good. I think we should easily see the high up to 600. I missed out to Pengu. I had a limit 1.25, but didn't hit. I think some people got 1.3 though. I mean, I had an entry in, so I would have taken it if it got filled, obviously, but never got filled. Yeah, I call out SPY, but I didn't get in, but some people are in. Or targeting the highs up to 600. Definitely too late. Don't go to now. It's at 1.8. So if you got it at 1.35, that's like 35%, 40%. I really hope you guys aren't flip on this, by the way. If anyone did more than like 20 contracts, I'll be upset. I'll be upset. One con, nice. Yeah, like on events like this where someone's speaking, don't risk too much. If you have one con, that's great. Personally, if we break the high, just look to target 600, but just have like your hand ready to mark it out in case we don't get it. But I'm still targeting above the high. I mean, we may get like a smaller retest in the 15-minute, but it's still good. SPY dropped. Oh, damn. No, I have my limit in. And let me double check. Yeah, I canceled it. I don't have it. Yeah, it's definitely always a gamble, which is why you should take a small position. If you're in a cash account, you can use whatever capital is on that account. But whatever capital you use, you have to wait till the next day for it to settle. So, for example, I had 15K at the open today, and I used 5K for the Apple calls or puts, and I only have 10K left to trade with. But tomorrow, I'll have all 15K back, or whatever I make. London, that was the same mentality I had. Be careful. I'm not touching SPY now with Trump speaking, but 15 minutes is still good. This trade was based on technicals, but with them speaking, like, none of it matters now. No, I don't have limit buy. I'm waiting on the 15-minute because that's usually what I trade based on. If this 15-minute closes below this previous candle close, that'll be bearish for me. Though I probably should have taken a small position at this line. I marked it between these two sweeps. And that would have been a nice put right there. And I said earlier, this hourly was reminding me what happened at 15-minute. That would have been actually a really good entry. That's why I hate news days, bro. It always pushes me away from my gut feeling. I mean, a small position is just a small portion of your capital. Tesla. Tesla's still good. I said earlier, as long as we hold above 297, I think it's still good for today. Yeah, if you guys are working or scolded, how would it be touching 0 TTE? You have to be like fully ready to position in and out. I'm waiting on the 15-minute close for Apple. SPY, in my opinion, is still healthy. This 15-minute, as long as it closes above the previous 15-minute closure, we're still good. But once again, not touching this. But mainly just Apple. I'm waiting for the 15-minute to close, which is extremely bearish right now. Once this 15-minute closes, I'll look for puts. If it closes below. Yeah, they'll get influenced by people's posts. Here's damn, bro. Those shorts on Apple right there. When I had the alert, I should have taken that. Alright, looks like this 15-minute is going to close right here. So, you should get a little bit of bounce on the 5-minute. And I'll look to scale in somewhere here. And I'll probably look at 242.5 puts for Apple. But once again, just wait for this first. Yeah, exactly. Focus on small gains. I mean, $200 to $500 a day is basically where you make a full-time job. I would be aiming for the bottom of the previous hourly. So it'll be like around 242.25. So it should be about $1 move lower. Let's see. I'm looking at 242.5 puts for this week. It's currently at 1.89. I'm going to try to aim for this line here and then get a first entry. But I might not get this if this is visible above. I really need to start marketing out. Man, I'm being too strict with my entries. Alright, we might still get it though. I'll take a starter, like right here, and add a little bit slightly above. And then my stop would literally just be above this 50-minute. Now I may lower my starter entry. I still didn't get filled. May raise it to 1.9. Okay, I just put on 1.9. I didn't get filled. I have one on 1.9 for my starter. Does anyone know what this little wick hit? Because I had one on 1.9 didn't get filled. I didn't get filled on it. No, it definitely was below 2. When I first called it, I was looking at it was 1.9, like around here. I filled 1.89. Damn, bro, this is another trade I miss. I need to start marketing out. I'm getting too strict in my entries. This is a miss if you didn't get in. I'll still have my 1.9 open though. Alright, next time I'm gonna mark it in a small position and then have my other orders open. But if you got in this, I literally just gonna target the low previous hour. So 242.24. If you get in, probably scale half here once you're the alert. And you can hold the other half to maybe look another 50 cents lower than that. You guys got in, how much are you guys up percentage wise? Damn, 80%, 20? Yeah, if you got in, I'll just have a mental stop above the previous 15-minute high. So if you go above this now, I'll just stop myself out at 243.29, where we should have entered. Why wouldn't you add at that level? Because if it comes back up, the bias could change. Like this play could already play out, and then if it goes back up, I'll look at the price action, see what's happening. Because it's bearish now, but if it comes back up, it could be bullish. The trades I take are generally very short term, 30 minutes. I literally call that top out. Next time, I'm just gonna start like putting limit orders. But this 15-minute candle is the confirmation. So realistically, this should have been entry. Alright, if you guys hear the ding, close half. And that's your alert. Close half here. So if you're gonna hold anything, I would just put your stop on break even. But if you're holding, I would probably target like 241.8 for another exit and then low of day. So like basically the open of this 5-minute, 241.8 and then low of day. Out at 2.39? Where did you get in? 1.95? So that's like 20%, yeah? That's good. That's like 20% in like, what, like 10 minutes? Yeah, see, this is why I like playing the same tickers. I mean, Apple for me, I think I called it out very well. And we played Apple twice today. It's puts. So I think for future reference, I'm just gonna look at like 2 or 3 tickers and stick with them. Good shit. Yeah, especially if we close above this, below this fair value gap, this will be bearish. $10% on the port, nice. 30% on your portfolio or just that trade? You made back your AMD loss, bro. You're full porting. Jesus. I'm still down like 3K. You don't usually full port, but I want to make back your losses from yesterday. That's a very dangerous habit. Don't do that. Any more trades? Maybe. I don't know. I think I already called out 3 today, which is more than usual. And they're all wins too. Yeah, I missed out on 2 as well. I mean, WT, you don't have to like follow me precisely, man. I just like getting the best entries, but a lot of time I miss them. Same thing with 2 days ago as well. I missed NVIDIA and that was like also like 30%. So that's why I'm trying to like teach you guys to like scale it and like next time, like, let's say we're trying to buy here. I'm just gonna do 1 con, 3 cons, and like 5 cons. Wait, did I call out that on that challenge as well? Oh shit. Just my setup is not ideal right now. WT. I won't because I don't want people to follow me exactly. It doesn't matter how much I'm buying. My risk tolerance is different than everyone else. Yep, patience is key, man. I mean, today, look how patient we were, and we still had 3 trades. The execution just had to be faster. Well, since I trade on 3 different accounts, my risk tolerance is different in all of them. Like for my challenger account, my risk tolerance is a lot higher. Since I only started with 1K, I don't mind risking a lot more on the positions. Like yesterday, the trade technically should have been a 15% loss, but it ended up being 20 because I had a bad exit. But on a swing account, like I wouldn't risk more than like 5 or 10% on a trade. And in my long term, probably I wouldn't risk more than 3 or 5%. Is anyone still holding the Apple puts? This 5-minute might close below. You get out fully? Actually, now looking at this, if this early closes below this, I think it will target the low finally. Also, the best part about scaling out is like you can like get out half at profits and then half at break even, but the runners may end up making you an extra like 20-30%. So, like I always say this, but I have a bad habit of not following what I say. So that's why I kind of like force myself to do on stream. I don't force trades. If you guys keep saying one more and then like we get a bad trade, it's not worth it. I'm also getting tired, honestly, so the stream may end soon. Three trades. I think I usually only call like one or two, so I think this is the most I've called on a day. Don't forget to name the guys at DM you. Dude, it's like over 50 a day. I'm good. I don't have time for that. Most days I think I'm actually done like by 11:30. Especially with futures. Like I think futures latest 10:30, 11, honestly. I think I'm most profitable on futures like between 7 to 9. And then I switch to stocks and options. In my opinion, futures are actually less risky than options. So for me, I'm more profitable. Also with futures, it's more ideal for scalping. Yeah, futures is definitely better than for new traders. I talked about this the other day. People are just new to trading and they're doing options. That's wild to me. Options are, I think, in my opinion, are probably the most complex to trade. I would highly advise futures and start with prop firms. Dude, it's really cheap. Prop firms are so cheap. So top step is like after you pass the valuations, like $200 to start. With the one I have in my prop firms channel, I think it also might be around 200. I'm not sure. You can check the still they have right now in my code. Futures are good from like, in my opinion, from like 6 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. There's a good window for futures. Just try it, since they're open like 23 hours a day, just try all time zones and see what works best for you. For me personally, like Asia session, I always lose money on it. And that's between, I think like 8 p.m. to midnight. So I never trade during then. You get 90% of what you make with prop firms. The first 10,000 is yours though. Yeah, if the Asia session works out for you, that's good. For me, it doesn't. I have a, like it's good to journal your trades so you get to learn more by yourself. Like what time periods is good for you. Everyone like trades differently. Well, the first 10K you make with prop firms, it's yours. Then afterwards, it's a 90 to 10% cut. So if I were to make 100 grand this year, the first 10K would be mine. Then the next 90K, they take 10%. I recommend right now trade day and Top Up. I'm affiliated with Trader right now, so you can use the code in the on the channel. But Top Up is also very good. For crypto, probably like ETH and Bitcoin only. Any other coins, I wouldn't do the strategy. But it definitely, for Bitcoin, it definitely works. If you look at the futures channel, there's an admin future, or sorry, frame cycler. He trades Bitcoin and uses the same strategy. Also, I have another meeting at 2, and I have to work on some content. My main strategy is posted on the trading model channel. That's probably the best strategy to focus on. Well, it could be, you can do both. I used to do all three, but it's difficult to manage. I personally like trade day a little bit more just because they offer, I think they're more clear with their parameters, and the team is very good. They also offer daily payouts. If you check, I don't know where I don't know where I used to post it, but it might be my commentary channel. Just scroll up and you may see me posting like my withdrawals with them, or it might be in the futures chat. But they offer daily withdrawals after you pass the valuation phase. So literally anytime you make like $500, it can be yours that same day.